Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of May 7 through 22, 2024. This is a reading if you are Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or have another significant Leo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. I hope this is a helpful reading this week. Those of you who drop in regularly know that I read according to the 12 houses of astrology, and I interpret the cards with respect to each house position. So I will tell you the meaning of the house position, and then I will explain to you what the cards mean with respect to that position. This is a general reading, so I'm going to cover all aspects of the house. Not all aspects of each house will apply to you. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. The cards I use are Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, okay, which is this one. And I clarify with a tarot deck usually each week, and this is going to be the Crowley Thoth deck is the one that I'm using this week. And our extra oracle deck of the week is going to be a new one that I have called the Between Worlds Oracle. So I'm learning that one and playing with it, so I'm going to use that one this week as well because I do like it. So if you do like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment if you choose and let me know how I did below. And also in the description box below, there are links to my website and to my social media and things like that. You may notice that I have a new series now called Morning Coffee with Breege, usually from 6:30 to 7 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, every day. I will try to do it on Instagram, and then I download and post that live stream to YouTube every day. So it's just kind of a little daily thing, and I do a little daily reading as part of it. So if those interest you, you can watch those as well. Okay, so moving on, let's get on to your reading. First house for you, Leo, is the Aries house, Aries energy. So that's you, your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how people see you. That's the element of the first house. Okay, the cards here we have are Isis and the Knight of Cups. So this is a very friendly and invitational side that you're showing. Isis is you're showing a face of compassion, okay, and caring. Knight of Cups can indicate being invitational, extending an invitation to somebody, perhaps, or being in a mode where you are being inviting rather than closed off. You know, there's a very strong motherly vibe with these two cards. So this may be the way that you are presenting yourself to others, okay, and the way that people are interpreting you and interpreting your energy right now. Second house is Taurus energy. Taurus is about your finances. And, okay, we have Magician with Urias. So Magician has to do with manifesting, okay, the way in which the things that we do to manifest what it is that we want. And in this case, it would be financially. Now, Urias indicates something unexpected coming in. Oftentimes, Urias is something that we keep secret or keep to ourselves. And sometimes this comes in when there's going to be either an unexpected financial opportunity or a windfall of money from somewhere. And it may be very unexpected. But nonetheless, it does seem like there's going to be something unexpected connected to your finances that is actually a good thing. And I think Magician here would be encouraging us to take action on something or to look to opportunities to, again, there's this idea of invitation, reaching out, communicating. So I don't know. It does seem to me like there could be an opportunity and you could be coming unexpectedly into a chunk of money maybe that you're not expecting. Third house, this is Gemini energy. This is about messages, communications. If you're in your own business, this is about self-employment. It's also about sibling relationships, brother, sister. So you can see this is a good example of a house where if you don't have siblings, that aspect of it doesn't apply to you. And even if you do, that aspect might not apply. You can decide what these cards mean for you in this reading. And we have the winged disc with the Six of Cups. So, okay, so this can indicate, if this is about communication, Six of Cups usually indicates a return of somebody from the past. Or some kind of past situation coming around again. Sometimes this is, because there's a strong nostalgic vibe or a childhood vibe here. And it can also sometimes indicate Six of Cups can come up when we are dealing with somebody who is a soul connection to us. That can sometimes come up. So I don't know. In any case, there's some kind of communication here. And the winged disc definitely indicates success or overcoming obstacles, maybe as a result of this communication. I don't know. It does seem like there may be some chance to maybe solve a past issue or problem, or maybe there's just going to be a happy reconnection with somebody from the past. It's also possible that there's some person or situation from your past that may have a positive impact on your business. If this has to do with sibling relationships, I don't know, maybe this is, again, maybe this is something connected to people that you and your siblings were connected to in childhood. I mean, that's also possible here as well. So again, whichever one of those resonates for you, but there definitely is the sense of dealing with something that's either a soul connection, karmic, or something returning, and dealing with this and being able to overcome an obstacle or having success in a particular venture. So take that as it resonates. Fourth house. This is Cancer energy. Okay, this is home, family, home in terms of your physical home, in terms of feeling at home, or also your sense of security, and family in terms of your immediate family and also your ancestry, your roots, the mother in particular. Now we have the Art card, which is also known as Temperance, and we have Fire. So this is double fire because this is Sagittarius energy. And so, okay, so within the home environment, okay, Art indicates Temperance to me. Okay, as you can see on this particular card, you've got like this fiery and this sort of fiery and icy looking kind of like mythical creatures. I think like, chimeric griffin type creatures that you see here. And the idea is that you are merging together and there's like the gold that's in the middle. So yeah, the idea is how well you blend opposites, blend paradoxes, trying to find harmony, trying to find balance in something. The fact that it's called the Art card can mean taking disparate elements and making something new. Okay, and we have it with Fire. So Fire, there's a whole lot of inspiration here. So this could be if you're working from home, maybe you're doing creative work and are very inspired. If this literally has to do with your home, again, there could be some kind of a situation or maybe some kind of a family situation where people who are, trying to find balance in a situation or to bring something together. I feel like this might have a lot to do, again, you can decide what the interpretation is, but I feel like it has a lot to do with security. And this might be about, again, finding balance and having that fire and drive to do that. It does make sense if we think about the fact that the Magician is showing up over here. There definitely seems to be something connected to your security, maybe your financial security as well as your home, where you are maybe doing a balancing act, trying to make disparate elements of something work together, whether it has to do with relationships between people or just some aspect of your life. Again, a strong creative vibe here, and I feel like for some of you, this could be working out of a home office and being very inspired too. That just kind of keeps coming up for me. And maybe developing some kind of creative project or something. So take it as it resonates there. Fifth house is your own energy, Leo energy. And Leo is creativity, children, love affairs, recreation, things you do for play or for fun. Can also be about recognition. And wow, we've got the Earth with the Ace of Discs. So this definitely seems to me, okay, if we're talking about some creative venture, then there could be an opportunity here, a financial opportunity here, a chance to make money, because Earth is definitely about finance, and so is the Ace of Discs. And this would be something new, some kind of new opportunity, an opportunity to be recognized. Maybe it'll be working in conjunction with somebody, or it could be having to do with somebody's child. Maybe, if you have a child that's old enough to be working, maybe they're getting their first job or something. I mean, I don't know, or getting a new job. There's some connection here to money and finance. If you don't have children, obviously, and if you happen to be looking for love, and that is a objective of you watching this reading, then this would suggest the possibility of new love, but something that's going to be built slowly and steadily here, because Earth has to do with taking a very grounded approach to a relationship and perhaps trying to build it rather than rushing into a whirlwind romance. So that's the energy that we have there. Okay, sixth house, Virgo energy. So Virgo has to do with your health, any healing, worry and anxiety. It can have to do with jobs and employment. So anything you have that is like a job that you get paid for as opposed to something you do on your own for your own business. And sometimes it has to do with pets as well. I mean, we do have Anubis, so sometimes that has to do, it's a dog on there, so could have to do with somebody's dog. But we have Anubis with the Seven of Discs. So, okay, some of you could be looking at a job situation and reevaluating it, okay? deciding, do I stay or do I go? I mean, that's definitely a vibe here. Seven of Discs usually involves something where you have to be patient. Anubis here would indicate protection. So if there's been a negative job situation where maybe you're concerned about your job status, maybe they're talking about layoffs or I don't know, something like that, then Anubis would be saying you're protected. Okay. If you're also doing reevaluation with regard to a health matter, it would be the same thing. You may be looking at things, trying to make a decision as to whether maybe something you've been doing to improve your health is working or not. And once again, Anubis would indicate safety. For people who are, and again, this is not a prediction of this, but if you are already a person who is, say, maybe has to go to the hospital for a little procedure or something, Anubis would indicate things going well, because this is good for hospitalization stuff. That doesn't mean you're going to be hospitalized. It's just if that is something that's happening for you, then this would be indicating a good and successful outcome. Or at least a safe outcome in this case. I don't ever want to project medical stuff. I like to just always have the caveat that I'm a tarot reader and not a doctor. So obviously anything medical is, you want to listen to your doctor and discuss it with a medical professional. But I do feel more like this may have to do with something that you're worried about, or a job, or something where you're thinking, you're reevaluating. And it is suggesting that you are in a safe position right now. Maybe you have some negotiation that you have to do. Trying to look at something with maybe a sense of humor or the absurdity of something. That's possible here too when Anubis shows up. But yeah, I feel like there could be some need for tactful back and forth. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, whether or not this evaluation results in you making a decision to, say, leave a job, or whether you have patience and decide to stay, that will be up to you. But it does seem to show that this is what's on the table right now. Okay, let's look at the 7th house. This is Libra energy, and Libra is about partnerships, business partnerships, contracts. It can have to do with marriage usually. So anything that's kind of a legal kind of a partnership is covered by this house. Okay, so we have air and we have the 2 of Cups. Okay, so this is interesting because in terms of what they represent in a relationship, and now if we're talking about, oh, I want to know if my relationship's going to become a marriage, or, let's just assume that you're single and that's something you're thinking about, or will it be a long-term relationship? These really kind of weirdly say almost 2 opposite things, because air has to do with being friendly but detached, not somebody who wants to be tied down. On the other hand, you've got the 2 of Cups, which is somebody who wants to be tied down, somebody who wants to be in a love relationship or a romance. Now, it could be somebody who's romantic but doesn't want to be tied down. But they're definitely in the 7th house, when I see the 2 of Cups, this does indicate a legalized partnership to me. So this could be messages about love as well. This could be somebody at a distance, because air might imply travel. Could also be somebody who's an air sign. And the air signs, of course, are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So that is possible. Does not have to be, but that is possible. The fact that we're seeing something that's being built up here, maybe it's a situation where there's going to be a love relationship, but maybe right now, things are going to kind of be loose. Okay, that's a possibility here. And they're not going to be, it might not be time where somebody is, it seems like there might eventually be a commitment, but maybe right now everybody needs their freedom for whatever reason, or just needs space to do things. So all those things are possible. This can also just indicate changes coming to a relationship, because sometimes air brings change. Or, like I said, if you're already married, this is, certainly this is a very good card for marriage. This definitely indicates a loving relationship. But again, it could be that you have a spouse who's going to be traveling, or maybe there's going to be some kind of communications or back and forth that are that might be very significant right now. Or again, like I said, take it as it resonates there. But an interesting combination of cards there, because I can read that as, I don't know, I feel almost like it's saying there's going to be a significant relationship, but right now it might just be something that is more on a friend level, because maybe it is something that's building up here and still growing. Okay, 8th house, Scorpio energy. Scorpio is about endings and beginnings, transformations, and about other people's money as well. So this is like a joint finance position. Okay, so we have Ta with the 4 of Swords. So, okay, Ta is Capricorn energy, so this is definitely about hard work. It's about mastery of your craft. Ta is Saturn energy, so this is something that may take some time. There's definitely an element here of things that need to grow and that need to take time, where you want to, where, like I said, where you're becoming the master of your craft and you're building your own foundation, you're building your own temple, so to speak. But having it with the Four of Swords may indicate that in between you might need some kind of a timeout. This may be you may be very hard at work with things, and you may need to be, it may be saying to you that, make sure you take time out for rest, to take care of yourself, to focus on what you need. Maybe you may go through a period where you want to withdraw a little bit and just take some time out for healing, whether that's physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, whatever type it may be. There's this balance. I feel like this is almost like a work-life balance thing that's going to be coming into play, because maybe you're going to be trying to move ahead with a lot of things, but you also need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Okay, 9th house, Sagittarius energy. Sag has to do with expansion, so it's going to be higher education. So if you decide you go, college, university education, it can also be continuing ed, institutions connected to that. Has to do with spirituality and beliefs, so it's philosophy and religion and religious institutions, are definitely connected to this. And also long-distance travel would be connected to the 9th house. This is definitely a house of freedom and independence as well. Okay, so we have Ankh with the 6 of Swords. So, yeah, remember what I said over here about this? This is somebody traveling for a relationship, okay? Because this is, and traveling maybe a long distance. Because 6 of Swords, now in the Crowley deck, this is the card of what they call science. So this has to do with seeing things for what they are rather than what you want them to be necessarily, is kind of the element of it. But it really, in the house of long distance travel, I'm like, the 6 of Swords is the card of travel. Like, it's traveling across water, traveling away from difficult situations. And with the Ankh, this could be traveling for love or for romance. So whether it's you traveling, whether somebody else traveling to you, whether there's going to be a trip that brings this, I don't know, different for everybody, but take it as it resonates. But the fact that I'm seeing this over here like this, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But if romance is not on the table here, there definitely seems to be the idea of a long trip that's going to be in the offing for you, or something, and whatever this is, it's going to be, it's either, if it doesn't actually bring love, it's going to be going on this trip maybe to do something that you love. Okay, maybe it's going to be a nice vacation or a getaway, or maybe you're going to start this foundation you're building. Maybe you're going to pick up and do something that you really love, take up a job or a career or something that's more connected to something that's closer to your heart, or maybe going back and educating yourself in something that's close to your heart, okay? Because this can be about going back to school as well. If you are a religious person, this could indicate, finding that joy and that release from stress, perhaps through your faith. So again, it's going to be different for everybody, but for at least one person watching this reading, and I'm not saying, I'm not specifying who that person is, or that I know who that person is, just it could be that for somebody watching here, there definitely seems to be a romance that may be at a distance here. So, which might also explain why it's growing slowly. So yeah, that seems to be a very definite meaning there, but the more general meaning is the other ones that I've mentioned. Okay, 10th house, Capricorn energy. So this is about career, fame, reputation. Can be father energy too. And interestingly, yeah, this is not the first time I've seen this. You've got the father card here, the Osiris card. But really in this house, I mean, it could have to do with somebody's father, and you can decide if it does, but this also can just be about leadership, about taking on a leadership position, about standing your ground in something, laying down your roots. This is somebody who has good leadership skills and very, very good judgment. Okay, so this is you, and this is how you are seen. Well, we have this though with the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is an interference card. So there's an awful lot of mental energy being applied. And what I feel like is going on here is that you may be overthinking something and be maybe mentally stuck. I mean, we are seeing it. This has to do with a job. I mean, we are seeing this reevaluation down here. So I think you may be overthinking something, and I think you need to kind of ground yourself, get solid, get in your center, and recognize what your strengths are and where you can lead. Again, there's this whole lot here around taking action. Okay, you've got fire, you've got the magician, you've got the winged disc, you've got Ta. I mean, you've got a lot of here that's saying, that you want to take action, but you want to be established firmly in what it is that you're doing, and you need to believe in the fact that you have the skills, the leadership and the confidence and everything. So I think you might be thinking yourself into a corner and thinking, oh, maybe I'm not, or maybe I'm not this, or maybe I can't make a change, or I can't do certain things. I feel like there's a stuckness with your career or with your job. And I also feel like that could be the advice could here be that you need to just stay where you are for right now, and establish and get strong in what your direction is. But you definitely can get out of this mental trap. But this is largely a mental trap. It's largely a what if trap. And this is probably part of this evaluation. But in the meantime, you've got Anubis and Osiris. And so this definitely indicates stability and protection, at least for the time being, if you're thinking, but you do want to get yourself out of the overthinking trap. I do feel like there's definitely elements here that seem to suggest, like I'm just looking around here. What's coming into my mind really is just more this element of, you're going to be following your intuition a little more, especially with, Isis and the Knight of Cups in the first house. I mean, that's definitely presenting as somebody who's more receptive and water oriented and maybe more nurturing, rather than somebody who's being, more Queen of Swords energy, which is more, I don't want to say always cold, but it's certainly detached and intellectual and to the point, and not very emotional. So, okay, 11th house, Aquarian energy. Aquarius is about friendships. It's about your business networks. It can be about your goals, your hopes and wishes, and your destiny. We have Crook and Flail with the 7 of Cups. Okay, so 7 of Cups. In this deck, this is the card of debauchery. So it often indicates that there's an overabundance of things, usually an overabundance of options. There's too many. There's almost too much stuff to choose from when this comes up. Or it could be a situation where maybe there's some doubt. Maybe you're not seeing things clearly. Whether this has to do with a friendship, or whether this has to do with, sometimes this comes up when we are fantasizing about something, but oftentimes this also can come up when we have options and we really don't know which options are realistic, okay? So there's definitely a decision about what's real here. And with the Crook and Flail definitely indicates, okay, this could be friends in high places, okay? Because Crook and Flail is definitely a card of authority and recognition, and of status, of having to step up. But it also is a card that says being on the right side of things. So in other words, not doing anything wrong, okay? That there's a situation where, I don't know, maybe you're in doubt about your actions in a situation, or about your status with a friend, or something like that. But this would be saying you've not done anything wrong. This is like you're on the right side of the law. But that said, this kind of energy, this debauchery energy, says to me that, there's just something here, is either a friendship that's in doubt, or somebody in your networks that might be in doubt, or something about what you're wishing for. But again, this is talking about recognition, confidence, being seen, and taking a step up. Like this is a definitely more ambitious card. And again, it definitely indicates being in line with the law and the rules and everything else. And it can also just mean a person who might help you sort through some of this, maybe who is somebody of that kind of status. So take it as it resonates here. 12th house, this is Pisces energy. Pisces is about what's in the imagination, what we don't see, what we might be afraid of. Okay, so this can have to do with our fears. And that's most often, I mean, there's a lot of meanings to the 12th house, but I find that those are the most common meanings. We have Thoth with the Knight of Swords. So there may be a fear here. Okay, Knight of Swords, there could be a fear of criticism. Maybe there's been sharp words from somebody, and that may unconsciously have you afraid regarding a situation. Maybe you think, this could be somebody who feels very unpredictable to you, or maybe even you yourself. Maybe you're afraid that you're gonna blow a gasket and use sharp words with somebody. That could be as well. Now we do have something with Thoth, so there does seem to be the sense that there is something karmic going on here, that there's something that's happening right now in your life, and it's happening at the right time for the right reason, if that makes sense. And that this is kind of what's going on in the background. So if something even seems like it's, so there's a lot here where you're applying a lot of mental energy and thinking a lot about something, but whatever's happening, it's happening at the right time. When I see Thoth in the 12th house, to me, this definitely is an indicator. It can indicate spiritual healing as well. It can indicate healing on a very deep level that may be still going on. And we have seen other cards of healing here, so that may be part of the equation here. But I feel like this is also a sense of timing. Like you may be worried about what's going to happen, when and what, and this is saying like everything's going to fall into place at its right time. But this is more of a fear than a reality, so I think even if there was something, I'm seeing a lot of cards. There's some cards here, maybe this has to do with the job, but there's a lot of cards here that seem to indicate maybe a fear of criticism or an uncertainty about something, but it just seems like those kinds of things that seem uncertain are actually fine. They're at least fine for right now. Okay, so overall you have Lotus with the Lust card, okay? And the Lust card in the Crowley deck is the same as Strength. So yeah, this is a situation where you need to have courage. And to me, the implication of Lust is that you are you are moving towards what you're passionate about, that you are courageously moving towards who you are and what works for you. Lotus indicates a need for calming the mind. This definitely indicates peaceful continuity. So if there's been some upsets, this is saying, things are going to peacefully continue, certainly for right now. And also just the fact that maybe you need to, there's definitely this energy of maybe needing to get away and to calm your anxiety and things like that. But the Lust card to me is also about having courage, behaving ethically, even in spite of the imagery, it's kind of like it's kind of an ethical card in the sense of knowing that you're doing the right thing and doing the right thing. But I feel like with this card too, it's also about being driven. This is also Leo energy. This is you. This is like being driven towards your passion and towards doing what it is that is the right thing to do. So yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of drive towards that recently, and there's this possibility here, which is interesting, of this long distance relationship. Maybe it's something that's starting out as financial. Maybe it's a business arrangement or a working. I don't know. There's an Earth component. Could be somebody who's an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But and there just seems to be some other things. Some unexpected good news with money. Definitely, there seems to be the solving of some kind of past situation here. I don't see anything here. The main thing I see is a lot of mental energy and a lot of evaluation around something connected to job or work, and maybe some concerns about that, but I'm not feeling like it's going to lead to anything. I think most of it, I think, is just stuff that we're worried about in our minds and not what's really going on. So let's draw a Between Worlds card for you. And let's see, I just want one card. Here we go. Your card is Emergence. Okay, and I will tell you what that card means. Emergence. To see which section that's in. I think it might be in one of these. Let's look in the front here. It should be in one of these. Could just be that I can't alphabetize. Okay. Those are the guides. Okay, contented, centeredness, humility. It's interesting. Where is Emergence? I gotta find it. Just give me a second here. Emergence. It's a universal force. Okay. Let's read it from the back then. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so your card is, there's a boundless, seemingly untamable energy here. This card invites you into a concert of both pushing forward and letting go. Here is the animus of seed into seedling, the unfurling of leaves, and the murmation of birds. It looks at the unity beneath the diversity and calls you into collaboration, information sharing, and being part of a collective vision. Okay, so it's like, yeah. So, well, one of the things they often say about control is that sometimes the best way to control something is to surrender to it. That's the best way to regain control of a situation that feels out of control. So yeah, I think there's a lot going on here, and the fact that there's a lot of mental energy, and that seems to be your only block right now. I would say, yeah, my overall message would be, yeah, surrender to what's going on here. I mean, don't stop doing things. There's a lot about action and doing things, but also understand there's a bigger picture, and you need to surrender to that to some degree. I hope this reading was helpful for you this week, Leo. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't. Have a wonderful May, and we will see you in the next video.